Welcome to all in the new lecture that is on maxima and minima. So here in your syllabus you have the maximum and minima of a one variable function only. So here we discuss only the one variable function maxima minima. Uh, this maxima and minima actually plays a very important role in almost all fields where a consumer always thinks in terms of maximum utility and a producer always tries of maximum profit and for choosing the least cost combination. So here we use the maxima and minima. So now what is the maximum and minimum? How can you identify it? Here if we have this is graph, this is our the one function y is equal to fx, and we can say that if our fa you can see here our fa is greater than fa plus delta and fa is greater than fa minus delta, and where delta is a very small value. So that point this at which we have the function is fa, so that point a is called the maximum point of that function fx. And uh, here you can see that in this figure you have the maximum value at which points, at q and s you have the maximum value of this function fx. Now, if we talk about the point B, so here you can see that this FB function value at B, FB is less than FB plus delta, and FB is less than again FB minus delta, where you know that delta is a very small value. So that point B is called the point of minimum of that function fx. So in this figure you can see that R and T we have the minimum value of that function fx at these points R and T. So these are the maximum and the minimum. So now what is the extreme points? Extreme points, the points of maximum or minimum of a function are called its extreme points. And at these points, your f dash x that is the differentiation of uh, function fx, it should be 0 if f dash x exists. So these are the extreme points. Now one more thing is here, critical points. What is the critical points? The points at which f dash x is equal to 0 or at which f dash x doesn't exist are called critical points. Clear? So a point of extremum must be one of the critical points. However, they may exist a critical point which is not a point of extremum. Clear? So we use these points in order to find the maxima and minima of the functions. So you have the two methods to find the maxima and minima of the one variable function. First is the first derivative test. So by using the only first derivative we can find the maxima and minima. So here suppose we have the function y is equal to fx be a continuous function in some interval containing x naught. So first step, if f dash x, so first you have to find the derivative of this function f, that is f dash x. So if your f dash x is greater than 0 when x is less than x naught, and f dash x is less than 0 when x greater than x naught, then your fx has maximum value at x equal to x naught. Clear? Second thing, if your f dash x is less than 0 when x is less than x naught, and f dash x has the greater than 0 when x is greater than x naught, then you can say that your function fx has minimum value at x equal to x naught. So this is the criteria to find the maxima or minima by using the first derivative. Second one is, by the second derivative, how can we find the maxima and minima? Second derivative means you have suppose given the function y equal to fx. So first you find the first derivative and again you find that derivative. So that is the second derivative. So for this method, first you need to find the first derivative of the function. Then you have to put this derivative is equal to 0 and find the points for which dy by dx equal to 0. Means when you put your f dash x is equal to 0, so you find some points, right? After that, you need to calculate the second derivative of the function. Means again you have to derivative of this with respect to x. So you see here, if your value d square y by dx square is negative, then it will be the point of maximum, and if it is positive, then it will be point of minimum. So it's depend on the second derivative. If your second derivative is negative, so you have the maxima. That point, at that point you have the maximum value, and at if your d square y by dx square is positive at that points, so your function has the minimum value at that point. Again, if suppose your d square y by dx square, when you find the d square y by dx square and when you put your values in d square y by dx square and it becomes 0, so what you do? How can you identify that your function is maxima or minima? So in that case, you have to find again, means another again derivative of this function. So that is d cube y by dx is cube. Now check now d cube y by dx cube. If your d cube y by dx cube is positive or negative, then the point will be neither maximum nor minimum. Means if you have these values are positive or negative, doesn't matter, but that in that case your function is neither maximum nor minimum. Now if suppose your d cube y by dx square cube is equal to 0, right? So here if it is become 0, so you need to find the again derivative of this, that is d4y upon dx4. If it is negative, then it will point of maxima, and if it is positive, then it will point of minima, and so on, like that. Clear? Okay, so let's do some examples here. If our example is find all the points of maxima and minima and the corresponding maximum and minimum values of the function is given is this, by minus 3 by 4 x4 minus 8x cube minus 45 by 2x square plus 105. We have this function. So here we have to find the maxima and minima, or the points at which points we have the function is maximum and at which point we have the function is minimum. So now let's do it. Our function is this. Now first step is that we have to find the derivative of this function. So we differentiate this function with respect to x, that is f dash x. So it is minus 3. You know that how to do the differentiation of the polynomial. So that is x3 minus 24 x square, and it become minus 45x. Now what's the second step? Now you have to put this f dash x is equal to 0. So you simplify it. So you will get this. Now f dash x put equal to 0 to find the maximum or minimum. So when we put this is equal to 0, so from here we find the values of x. So here one value of x is 0. Now this is a quadratic equation. So from here we get the more 2 points of the x. So when you simplify it, so you will get the 3 values of x, that is x equal to 0, x equal to minus 3 and x equal to minus 5. So now you have the 3 values of x. After that, these are the critical values actually. so at which you have to find the maxima and minima. So now second, you have to find the second derivative of the function, that is minus 9x square minus 48x minus 45. So now your maxima and minima depend on the second derivative. So now first at we have the three values of x, so at x equal to 0. So now first we put x equal to 0 in our the second derivative f double dash. So here when you put x equal to 0, so you will find minus 45, and you can see that this is a less than 0. So what is, if we have the less than 0, so our fx function is maximum. If our function f double dash x is negative at the point, so that at this point means at x equal to 0 our function is maximum. So now we can find the maximum value. So when we find the maximum value at x equal to 0, so for this we have to put this x equal to 0 in our the given function fx. So you put here x equal to 0, so you will find the 105, that is your maximum value of the function at x equal to 0. Now we have other 2 points or also is here for x. So now check at x equal to minus 3, what is the second derivative value. So this is positive, means greater than 0. So if our value is positive, so we can say that at this point x equal to minus 3 our function is minimum. So now the minimum value at x equal to minus 3 is, we put this x equal to minus 3 in our the given function fx. So when you put here, so you will get 231 by 4. So this is the value of the function, and this is the minimum value of the function at x equal to minus 3. So like that, how many points you have, you find critical points you have, all those points you have to check that your function is maximum or minimum, right? Now the third point was x equal to minus 5. So now check at x equal to minus 5, what is your value of second derivative of the function, that is negative. So if negative, so we can say that our function fx is maximum at x equal to minus 5. Now, what is the value of the function, maximum value of the function at x equal to minus 5? So, for this, we have to put this x equal to minus 5 in our the given function fx. So, when you put here x equal to minus 5, so you will get the value is 295 by 4. It's clear how to calculate the maxima and minima of the function? Okay, so now let's take another example. Here we have the question is, show that the total surface area of a cuboid with a square base and given volume is minimum when it is a cube, right? So now let's see how to do it. Here you know that the cuboid has a, here is given that cuboid has a square base. So we assume that age is x and height is y, because square base, so age and length both is x and height is, we say that, y. So now what is the volume of the cuboid? The volume of the cuboid is V is equal to V. You know that the volume of the cuboid is length, breadth into height. So here our length and breadth is both x. So it is x square y. Now what is the surface area? Because here we have the surface area. Surface area of the cuboid is S, we represent it by S, that is 2 times of length into breadth. So x into x plus breadth into height, x into y plus height into length. So it is x into y. So it becomes 2x square plus 4xy. Oh, because we have the surface area and the we have to minimize the volume is minimum. So total surface area of cuboid given volume is minimum, so we have to minimize the surface area and volume is given. So in terms of volume we can take out the surface area. So here 2x square plus 4x, so we have no we have y, so y we can represent, because here we have the two variables, right? But how can we convert this two variable in one variable? So we can put y is equal to, from here, v upon x square. Here we have only one variable x, not v, because v is given. So it means that this is not our the work like a variable. So here we have 2x square plus 4x into v upon x square. So it becomes s is equal to 2x square plus 2v upon x. Now to find the minimum surface area, we have to first we have to derivative of s with respect to x and put it equal to 0. So when you do this, so the derivative of this 2 times of 2x minus 2v upon x square, now put it equal to 0. So from here when we solve it, we get x cube minus v is equal to 0. Now x we have the x point is cube root of v. Now find the second derivative of the s with respect to x. So when you again derivative it, it becomes 2. 2x derivative is 2 plus it is 1 upon x square. So its derivative is minus 2 upon x cube. So it becomes 4v upon x cube. Now we have to find the value of d square s upon dx square at the point of this. So when you put here x equal to cube root v, so you have 4 1 plus 2v and x cube is here v, so it is 12 and it is positive. So when we have the value of positive of second derivative at this point, so we can say that at this point x equal to cube root of v, our surface area is minimum. Now what is do? Here x is equal to cube root of v, and we can say that v is equal to x cube. Now what is our v? V's are the x square y is equal to x cube. So here we say that y is equal to x. So now already we have the length and breadth is x, and here we prove that y is equal to x, height is also x. So we can say that our cuboid is a cube. So like that you can solve your questions. Clear how to do the questions? So this is the some different type of question here of maxima minima. So like that you try to do the solve the much more questions of the maximum minimum, then you can do it. Clear? Okay, so thank you. Today's lecture is completed now.